Continuity of that starting five. New York turns a clean look. And
Tina game.
Ionescu at Barclays as Clark able to. Laney Hamilton bumps off a nice look from Clark, and Smith will put up the three. And Smith lays it in. Cut off by Ionescu and gets as Boston. Ionescu nearly an all-star a season ago. Mitchell basketball. How about this pace? And
Presence of Kelsey Mitchell on the floor.
yeah, Vandersloot will plop a three. Cutting between the double, and Ionescu can't lay it in. And it will stay with New York. Rebecca, it was 4 games. Clark.
Saw a drive, we saw
Cup handle out of bounds. Last hit here is going to go shoot it. And they retained Kelsey Mitchell the first couple of games. Now in camp, they had none of that time. Vandersloot a three. You bet. Mitchell racing inside. Both surrounded Clarkston. Jones separate. And that's going to be here. In fact, Benley. You almost had to look like, all right, if you guys want to run for New York, Clark. Stewart using her side.
Good contest by Laney.
20 Jones fading away over.
Uncle Jones.
They're ruling on
Been the case here today. Thursday.
Stewart gets fouled at LA, and then Saturday on CBS. Probably Boston fading and
Guys, but not Stewart or John Paul Jones.
Stewart, not that deep three. Yeah! Wallace's jumper way up. Saw last year. So Steph Curry at NBA All-Star Weekend.
Hey, I'm Boston.
Marianne's just
The first rookie to ever lead the league. She said the players put out there the focus.
no surprise back into the last offense.
3 seconds left. Cuts inside. Super. This is Chat with Holly Rowe.
Those early possessions where they were.
Hamilton barging inside.
Players went to the perimeter on the roll.
Clark has 4 of them. Tate Burke will fire a 3. It was Mitchell, Alyssa Smith, and then Thiebish for New York.
Bench. This has such an incredible
WNBA. Her play over.
As Mitchell blurs to the bucket. Clark's pass a little. Oh, nice give and go of New York. Hamilton another chance. She
offensive glass when these teams met on.
Rebounds were giving up. As Van Jones cut it.
Like when they walk in carrying their signature.
Here's Boston. Bangs in. Can't lay it home. Katie Lou Samuelson got grabbed. And backdoor. Clark on the other end. Back Benley could attack.
Run over and score in slutty lip though on the backdoor cut. I think
On Boston a deep 2. Won't go.
Laney Hamilton is out.
Was it?
It was. And
Clark cut from the floor. Alone. And done. Clark has 3. Oh, great looks.
first half. Basketball going to her left, stepping.
But we're going to have 2 W's at this time of this. Our assets are going up. That now was the time to exchange yesterday. The stock is at the longest tenured women's professional sports. All right. Thanks so much, Mitch. The stock.
She'll hoist it up. Katie Lou Samuelson late.
Has a lot of work to do to improve. He's
Up there.
no, and this has been a really physical.
Jokic will hoist a 3. And Katie Lou Samuelson drives it. Jokic another 3. No. Benley lays it in.
Caitlin always with her head up.
In fact, Benley, Stewart, the QR code to download now and catch the taking a deep one. Double figures.
Yeah, Sabali just needs
For the first half.
at 9 field goal attempts. She needs
1 to shoot. Boston has to put it up. Vandersloot to shoot. Stewart elevates. Here's an Alyssa Smith. Denialson on the attack. Can't fillet it home. Katie Lou Samuelson.
look at a 3.
In New York City as Vanders corner Laney Hamilton.
Chris Brickley, among others.
Clock fading. Great look. And straight on 3 is good. Shoulder silly Miss Lily. Ionescu. Not that time. Katie Lou Samuelson misses race. Alyssa in, lays it off. Alyssa Smith gets nearly confidence. Not sure the answer to the layup. Boston puts it.
Brianna Stewart and John Paul.
And as Holly talked about. Rims in with fouling.
In Great Britain, her home country. She's
comes in with Lynx.
That all 5 starters. Seen that a couple of times. Stewart can't. Her defender pulls up in it.
A really good feel for when she
in front, 2:42 to go in the third.
First touchdown. Here we go. Let's go.
the timeout. That's a victory.
Serves in for New York. And
Players that have played with her. She said, my friend teammates here in the crowd. I'm very excited that they can.
Clark zips it in fact.
Holly is the assist.
Hollis lets it fly.
You have to throw it up a little higher sometimes.
To get it into Boston and a foul. To a great start this season. What we've seen from Ty Harris, Connecticut, and Sabali. Vandersloot's 3. Smith on the attack, lumbers in, looking for an angle. Sabali. Benijah Laney Hamilton doing it on both.
You called the timeout.
We had to get tougher.
All right, connected this group has been all. As Stewart gets called for the offense.
And off the floor.
Wheeler.
Run the floor the way they can at the WN. Once she learns how.
Stewie. They're up next on ABC as Laney Hamilton is going to be called on Boston and Stewart. Liberty and the 2-0 Lynx. Yeah, really talented front. This game is 8 of 14 from the floor. Corner Smith on a Hamilton will take. Hey! Wow! Evie, my 2-year-old daughter was happy. Jones. Here's Boston.
It's coming out here at Barclays, right?
The Liberty brought in over $2 million blessing for the New York Liberty.
Jones, once she did, she was out New York to begin this season. Lou Samuelson, drained. Benijah Laney Hamilton will step aside at a young age. Let's say that about Diddy. She would join some third game from Clark, no doubt the game in this early part of the season. Mitchell, a wide open wing 3. Beebish, Wallace will. New York with a 17-point. We've seen her obvious. Austin turns and flips. Muscles inside and fit. That'll be the 14th foul. Clark off on a there and it'll.
The desire maybe to play with some.
Yeah, you would think certainly a place that free agents would consider. And then the flip inside with the 75%. Daughter, Aaliyah. By New York, Indiana basketball. Hey, Holly.
I know that he is also a Caitlin Clark super fan.
Oscar award-winning, how much he's been around the women's game. Unbelievable, obviously. Ted takes the 3.
Caitlin Clark just dancing with the basketball, going to her left, stepping.
Games and a lot of teams emerging that maybe we thought weren't going to have 2 W's at this time of this has gone up, and the valuations of all our assets are going up. That now was the time to. Speaking of rising stock, you opened the New York Stock Exchange yesterday. The stock is up next, getting to 16 teams. I think it's really important as the longest tenured women's professional sport is always on the list, as you know, because that drives the business. All right, thanks so much, Commissioner, for stock.
At Barkley, shot clock down to 3. Mitchell hoists it up. Katie Lou Samuelson late
On the offensive end. Defensively, Indiana still has a lot of work to do to improve these.
a lot there.
No, and this has been a really physical.
Jokic will hoist a 3 and Clark. Katie Lou Samuelson drives in for
Just by watching Caitlin Clark's shoulders.
Hamilton draws 2. Jokic another 3. No. Gives it up. Jack Benley lays it in.
Caitlin always with her head up.
Third foul on Fag Benley as Stewart. No subscription required. Scan the QR code to download now and catch the 20-point Liberty lead. Here's Clark taking a deep one. Jones and Stewart also in double figures. Buried the logo bomb.
Yeah, Sabali just needs.
And that's going to do it for the first half.
Is that she got 8 field goal attempts in that half, 9 field goal attempts. She needs to
shoot. Katie Lou Samuelson with 1 to shoot. Boston has to put it up. See Clark guarding Vandersloot. 4 to shoot. Jones with 2 to shoot. Stewart elevates with 13 points on 4 of 7 shooting. Here's Alyssa Smith Katie Lou Samuelson on the attack, can't fillet it in transition. Goes cross court. Katie Lou Samuelson.
Defensive rebound, a great opportunity to get an open look at a three.
Her first ever game in New York City as Vanders in the corner. Lainey Hamilton
Out every day she can while she's in New York with Chris Brickley, among others. Relentless.
Clark with the shot clock fading. Great look. And Stewart straight on three is good. Ball control on there for Ruby. Could have been Miss Rachel or silly Miss Lily. Oh, yeah.
I leave that to you now.
Ionescu, not that time. Katie Lou Samuelson misses.
But although these days with sports, I probably shouldn't use the phrase put in jail.
Alyssa's up with a steal. Clark racing in, lays it off. Alyssa Smith gets free. No, instead it's Ionescu, a bomb. Nearly in order to have some games where maybe you could have built your confidence. Not sure the answer. Mitchell, this is the layup. Boston puts it on
the Connecticut Sun, just brutal, and then here against Brianna Stewart and John Clark. A couple of games against Indiana.
And as Holly talked about, back Benley, rims in, touch finishing, and maybe a little more disciplined fouling.
Evelyn hasn't been in the WNBA since 2019, playing in Great Britain, her home country. She
focuses a lot on the defensive end of the floor. Comes in with length.
First time in WNBA history that all five starters sneaks a pass to Fag Benley, can't handle it. Seen that a couple of times.
And if your teammate mishandles it, it should be their turnover.
Stewart can't. Clark trying to take her defender, pulls up in it. She's been vocal and effective.
A really good feel for when she maybe a little bit behind
her,
Fag Benley. Yep.
For it. 69-52, Liberty in front, 2:42 to go in the third.
Okay, keep Boston being the first touchdown. Here we go, let's go.
Where you have to understand the victories. You made them call a timeout. That's 100%. A victory.
Really good movement here. The reserves in for New York. And
Nano, her great teammate at Iowa, other players that have played with her, she said, my fresh teammates catch up too. And by the way, I've seen some of her Iowa teammates here in the crowd. I'm very excited that they can.
Or just close more quickly.
Clark zips it in fact, Peevish. And it's out of bounds.
Holly is the assist Benley.
It in, no, two to shoot, gives it up. Wallace lets it fly.
Length. You have to get used to the length. You have to throw it up a little higher sometimes.
Wheeler looking to get it into Boston and a foul. And the Fever, the Sun 2-0. Off to a great start this season. He and Bree Jones and DeWanna Bonner. What we've seen from Kai Harris, Connecticut. Liberty lead cut to 15 and Sabali 3. Vandersloot's 3. Off it up errantly. Possession stays alive. Smith on the attack. Lumbers in. Seconds left in the quarter. Sabali looking for an angle. Sabali boost off the bench this season for New York. Benijah Laney Hamilton doing it on both.
Well, we're playing unselfish basketball. That's when we're at our best.
You called the timeout.
Or too many easy stuff, lack of communication. We had to get tougher.
All right. She said she also has just loved how connected this group has been all season. They're already on book number 2 as Stewart gets called for the offense.
On being intellectually connected on and off the floor.
McNobles.
I have those memorized.
Wheeler.
Again, just when you watch bigs run the floor the way they can at the WN. You mentioned it early in this game, though. Fag Benley, once she learns how they run that hard end to end.
Stewie. They're up next on ABC. As here's Vandersloot into the corner. Laney Hamilton. Before the follow is going to be called on Boston, and Stewart
looks energized, has legs, certainly fit.
And in LA, Saturday on CBS, you have the Liberty and the 2-0 Lynx.
The bigs of the New York Liberty.
Yeah, really talented front assist. for Caitlin Clark in this game is 8 of 14 from the floor. Between the double, feeds Wheeler into the corner. Smith, who thought about it. Lainey Hamilton will take. And the New York starters have been terrific. Wow. Yeah, you know, when Evie, my 2-year-old daughter, was having Jones for post-game where she can hang out with Aunt Holly. Here's Boston.
Stars always coming out here at Barclays, right?
And guys, what's really exciting about this, sources tell me that the Liberty brought in over $2 million out our Indiana Fever people. So what a blessing for the New York Liberty.
New nursery rhymes that are just happy.
Jones, shape getting flow after she had hurt. Once she did, she was. And I think that's something that's just stood out about New York to begin this season. Katie Lou Samuelson, Drain Hollis got a hand on it. Benaja Laney Hamilton, good hands by Wheeler to tip it out of bounds. Will step aside.
Of her career.
Exactly. And has accomplished so much at a young age. Could say that about Dick Clark was to hit another 3. She would join this season to join them. This just the 3rd game from Clark. No doubt the games
where they've looked the best that they have in this early part of the season.
Clark gives it up. Mitchell, a wide open wing 3 for Kelsey Mitchell, her first start of the year. Thiebish, 7 to shoot. Wallace will on the floor. 3:39 to go in the 4th. New York with the 17-point. Stewart just looks so quick. We've seen her obviously
in prime shape, it looks like.
Boston turns and flips. Sabali muscles inside and fit. That'll be the 4th team foul. 4 threes for Sabrina Ionescu and 5 assists. Clark off on a and Thiebish kind of collide there, and it'll
the attention the team is getting this year and the desire maybe to play with some.
Boston blocks Sabali. Yeah, you would think certainly at second that it would be a place that free agents would consider. Off the deflection from Sabali, the Oregon connection, and then the flip inside. Let's do it at a historic level last year with the 75%. Adorable daughter, Aaliyah. Quarters. That's thrown out of bounds by New York. Indiana basketball.
Where they had some really good possessions.
Hey, Holly.
The Liberty, as he should be. But I know that he is also a Caitlin Clark superfan.
That's right. Sitting with Oscar award-winning, but we've gotten to know Jason a little bit through how much he's been around the women's game or gracious with their fans. It's unbelievable. Obviously, Ted Lack's truly wonderful. Back to Clark. Wallace will take the 3 and drain it. Be on ESPN Monday night, 7 Eastern. We'll have that game for you. Bomb. No. 6 rebounds for Clark as well. As that will do it. Clark with